What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and today I want to touch topic on, I really wouldn't say the baddies, but I want to touch topic on the part of Natalie and Scotty. That's what I really want to touch bases on, okay? Not the whole baddies, just Natalie and Scotty. Okay, so for those of y'all who don't know who Natalie is, she is from Bad Girls Club, okay? That used to come on Oxygen years ago, 10 years plus, okay? Now Natalie got an opportunity to do Baddies with Zeus Network, which is owned by Lemmy and his brother. Not sure what the brother's name is, but I just know that it's owned by Lemmy and his brother, okay? And what I've noticed with Lemmy and his brother is they get around, okay? They get around with the girls a lot, okay? Because Lemmy already had relations with Janisha. He had relations with Mariah, relations with Anna, relations with Razor, relations with most of the girls that did not like Scotty, okay? And this is allegedly, but this is, in my head, I honestly think that this is facts, okay? I feel like Lemmy got around, okay? And Lemmy's brother had a baby by Tinka, okay? So these dudes on Zeus, they're just, you know, bringing in all of these girls, and they just having a ball with these girls, to be honest. That's just what it's looking like to me, okay? So anyway, fast forward, Scotty is Scotland, Scotty with the body or whatever. People know about Scotty because of her body and the way how she looks, okay? Scotty was best friends with Natalie, and Natalie brought Scotty onto the show as her best friend. She didn't really cast Scotty, but she brought her onto the show as her best friend. Scotty came in, Scotty with the body, Scotty from the South, whatever the case may be is, and she was cool, and that's it. Later on seasons, you'll see that her and Natalie all of a sudden are getting into fights. And at first, everybody's like, what is going on? Why is Natalie doing that shit to Scotty? That's fucked up. Scotty's this, Scotty's that. Scotty's a good friend to her. Why is Natalie treating Scotty like a piece of shit? Okay? And now we're all seeing it unfold. Okay? It's unfolding. This season of Baddies USA, everything is unfolding. Okay? Everything with everybody. Everything is unfolding. So, we're gonna, get you hipped a little bit if you're new to my channel and you don't know nothing about them. Like I said, Scotty came in as Natalie's best friend. Mind you, Natalie runs the show. She's the baddie. She's the one that brought the baddies to Zeus, okay? Natalie shit. Okay, so Scotty comes on. Scotty's been on for seasons and seasons and seasons. Next thing you know, a rumor is going around that Scotty and Lemmy, which is the owner of Zeus, are messing around. But first, we know that Lemmy is with Janisha. So how is he screwing around with Scotty if he's with Janisha? Come to find out that Lemmy has been messing around with a lot of these girls under Janisha's nose, or maybe Janisha does know, because a lot of people are saying that Janisha was willing to have threesomes with these girls, or supposedly, allegedly, Janisha had a threesome with Scotty and Lemmy. Don't know how true that is. I don't really believe it, to be honest. It's kind of far-fetched, but you never know, because people will do anything to be with somebody that has that bag, okay? So I'm not saying that Janisha's chasing a bag or she's just settling for the bag, but I mean, come on, she's an island girl. She's a hustler. Island girls don't really take things too personal like that, if you understand what I'm saying. Like, island girls are there for their money and they're there to dip. Whether you want to be with them or you don't want to be with them, that's on your fucking ass. That's your, especially when they're up in caliber a little bit, they don't care, okay? Janisha probably did not care at all. It didn't seem like she did. She never seemed phased. She doesn't really care, to me. Allegedly, she came out on an interview with Ray J and was saying that Lemmy has a baby on the way, okay? And Scotty felt some type of way about that, but we're gonna pause that and we're gonna leave that for the last, okay? So Scotty ends up messing with this dude, getting into these altercations with these girls on the show because of Lemmy. That's why they don't like Scotty. Because I was wondering why they don't like Scotty. Scotty's a cool girl. She don't fight with nobody. She's a girl's girl. Why they don't like her? Clock the T, they don't like her because she's messing around with Lemmy, and they're also messing around with Lemmy. So why would I like this bitch if she's messing with the dude that I'm messing with? So I think in my head that Natalie had relations with Lemmy too, because everybody knows that Natalie gets around, okay? And we all know that Natalie and Lemmy fight like cats and dogs. They're always fighting with each other. Why are they always fighting with each other? It doesn't make any sense to me. So I feel like Natalie and him had some type of relations. And also Natalie and Scotty had relations because Scotty used to suck on her little cuckoo, okay? And I feel like that's why Natalie is pissed. And then another thing is, if you put yourself in Natalie's shoes, okay? And you bring your friend, okay? Put yourself in Natalie's shoes. You got this big ass deal with Zeus. Everything is going good for you. You know, the boss man, he has his woman. You're cool with her. Everything is going good. You decide to bring your best friend in, you know, just to bring her in the show and see what's about. She comes in and end up screwing the boss. And now she's like, what the fuck? I'm the one that brought her in here. Like, hold on, Scotty. Like, you was not supposed to, you know what I'm saying? And then end up breaking up Janisha's relationship with him. And Natalie's just there. You got to put yourself in Natalie's shoes too a little bit, because if I was to bring my girl in and she screws with my boss and end up messing up my boss's relationship with this other woman that I'm friends with, I'm cool with, I know her, I'm going to be feeling some type of way. I'm going to be like, Jesus Christ, these people are probably not even Lemmy. Janisha probably feeling some type of way about me. Like, Janisha's probably like, dude, Natalie, this is your friend that you brought to ruin my relationship, okay? So y'all have to understand how Natalie feels too. It's a lot of reasons why Natalie can be feeling like that, because everybody's like, oh, Natalie's jealous, Natalie's this, and I agree. Natalie is jealous of Scotty to an extent, but when I'm really thinking about it, I really wouldn't say jealous. I would say she's fucking pissed. I wouldn't say jealous. I would say Natalie is pissed off at Scotty for that. Because number one, you were my best friend. I brought you in here. You used to eat on my coochie. I'm the one that put you up, gave you food, gave you money, did what I had to do. Before me, it wasn't you. And then you're going to sit up there and do that? Like, you know, clock it though, for real. Clock it for real, because you gotta see where Natalie is coming from. Even though I feel like Natalie do be hating a lot, and to be honest, I feel like Natalie shouldn't even be hating, babe, because you got money. You know, what else do you want, sis? You the one that put this girl on. So what? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? So it's no reason for Natalie to be jealous. But then again, it's like, I get where Natalie coming from. Dude, you was my bitch. You was my hoe. You used to eat on my shit. We used to go mess with different niggas together. And then now all of a sudden you with the boss. And then you messed up the boss in his relationship. And then now I'm just sitting here looking crazy. I would feel some type of way about that too, and I feel like that's exactly why the fuck Natalie was fighting her on those other seasons. I can tell you exactly when Scotty started messing with Lemmy. It's clear as day, because that's when Natalie and her started falling out. That's when Natalie and her started beefing. Everything had to do with this guy, okay, this Lemmy guy. Everything has to do with it, because he is the reason. And then Scotty's just so confused. I don't know why Natalie's acting like that. You know what's going on, Scotty. You know exactly what the fuck is going on. And then it's like, you sat up there and you got with this guy knowing that he's fucking all of these cast members. Excuse my French. He already had Janisha. You were probably smiling up in Janisha's face when you first came around. All of that shit is fake as fuck. And I believe what Natalie said. Period, point blank. I like Scotty, don't get me wrong, like I said, but I just feel like you should have never went against the grain like that. You should have never did that. And that's just my opinion. You should have never got with Lemmy. And if you were with Lemmy, or if you were secretly screwing him, it should have stayed a secret. It should have never came out. I feel like the world made y'all come out. That's what I feel like. The world made y'all come out. I feel like y'all didn't want to come out. It was a force coming out. And then now all of a sudden, it's like he's so deeply in love with you, which is nothing wrong with that. I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that, but I honestly feel like he's doing that shit to make Janisha mad. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I feel like he's doing all of that to make her upset, and it's not working. It's not. I don't think so. I don't think it's working. But anyway, we're going to fast forward to this episode of Baddies USA, where Scotty was at the table, Jayla was at the table, I forgot, Janelle was at the table, and Natalie. Natalie brought Janelle with her. Scotty brought Jayla with her, okay? They all came in. Scotty and Jayla was there first. They were talking about their little situation, and Natalie came in with Janelle. They sit down. Everybody's saying, oh, hi, this fake-ass hi bullshit. And Natalie's saying, how was Italy? And Scotty said, oh, everything was good until you went on that rant. And Natalie was like, because it's true. Nothing that I said was fake. And Scotty kept, oh, but what is wrong? But what is going on? And Natalie was trying to explain to her what was going on. And Scotty was just blah, 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 blah. Scotty, you know exactly what the fuck is going on, okay? And the fact that Zeus put that clip in there was messy as fuck. You knew what was going on. You kept trying to talk over her so that way it wouldn't be aired out. Scotty, I seen that. Everybody seen that. You were talking over her. Natalie couldn't even get out a word. That's why Natalie said, listen, if we're going to be fake, I'm just about to leave. Okay? Because I ain't got time for this. I'm trying to tell you why I'm pissed off, and you keep talking over me, so I'm about to head the fuck out. Because obviously you don't want these people to know what the fuck is really going on. And I honestly believe that shit. Scotty knows what's going on. Scotty knows that this dude be screwing hella bitches. That's why she does not look happy in her relationship. And when Natalie said, Scotty, please, you're pregnant and miserable. Like, I don't have time for you. That ticked Scotty off. Like, that ticked her off. You know why? Because it's true. That's why it made her so mad. Oh, actually, I'm not miserable. And yes, you are, babe. You're miserable. Y'all planned that baby for the wrong reasons. Okay? You are miserable, babe. You're miserable. And he himself knows that you're miserable. That's why he's trying to do everything that he can to make you happy while you're with child. Okay? Because he knows for a fact that you're miserable as fuck. You're not happy at all. You have trust issues. You have relationship issues. You have infidelity issues, which are not married, but you have issues with cheating. Can't nobody tell me shit. And she has issues to where she can't go everywhere that he goes anymore. Okay? She's having a lot of issues, and she is miserable. So when Natalie said that shit, it ticked her off to the point to where she started snapping on Janelle. And Janelle was trying to figure out, where is all of this coming from? Because you never did this to me. You know why, Janelle? It's because she's pissed off. She's pissed off that Natalie almost exposed what the fuck was going on. Because Natalie, I swear, if she would have let Natalie talk, Natalie would have exposed it. And even in confessionals, Natalie was saying, Scotty knows what the fuck going on. You know what is what and what is what. And you do, because you kept talking over Natalie. You just kept talking over her. Because you ain't want her to say exactly what the fuck she was about to say. And then what got me too is Natalie was like, something about Anna and Mariah got something to do with your man. So therefore it got something to do with you. Clock that motherfucking tea, because I been knew that Anna was messing with Lemmy. But I heard about Mariah before, but this confirms that Mariah was messing with Lemmy. Okay? That's exactly why you don't see Scotty with most of the girls this season. She's only been with Jayla the whole time. Like, come on now, make it make sense. It's a lot of shit that's going on. And Natalie almost exposed that shit. And Scotty does not want that shit to be exposed. But the viewers, the audience, the people are not dumb. We know exactly what's going on. We know already that Lemmy had messed with multiple girls in there. We know that he was with Janisha. And you are the homewrecker. Everybody's calling you a homewrecker, Scotty. You do not... It doesn't look good. It don't look good. As much as you feel like it do, it don't. It don't. The relationship don't look good. It don't. It don't. It don't. Because it's like you a homewrecker. You is. In our words, you really is a homewrecker. You came in, you stole this girl's man completely. You came and got pregnant. And then you trying to figure out why Natalie is mad at you. Why wouldn't Natalie be mad at you? You was her favorite eater. If I'm over here, kicking it with my bitch, and she's munching on me like a muncher, and then she's going to go screw my boss and mess up their relationship. Natalie has a lot of shit to be pissed off with Scotty about. I don't know why Scotty's acting like she's just so, I don't even know how to explain it. I like Scotty, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, I like Scotty. But the way how she's acting right now, she's really irritating me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, why be on the show? Go do. And when is Scotty with the baby coming out? That's what y'all finna wait until this girl have the baby? She's supposed to be having the baby in April. So that's probably when they're waiting to do the show, so that way she could give birth on the show. I'm not sure what the fuck they planning on doing with this show, to be honest. But it's getting dragged out because we've been hearing about the show. Y'all been doing it. Now, if y'all see right now on Baddies, Scotty doesn't have a stomach. If you see Scotty right now, Scotty is very much pregnant. I think Scotty's 7 months pregnant. Scotty's very much pregnant. You can see she's very much pregnant. You can see in her face and you can see in her belly. Very much. Her body is not that fat because she works out. But you could tell that Scotty is pregnant. Okay? Very much so. So on this show, all of this shit is old. Okay? All of the Baddies USA, that's old. That's been aired. That's been done. They been did that. They're at home already. Okay? That's done. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, are they waiting until... They have to be waiting until Scotty gives birth to drop the show. They got to. They got to be waiting because they've been doing the show. So I feel like the show is still going on. That's why it's not aired yet. Because she's still pregnant. She's 7 months pregnant. If she's doing April... If she would be 7 months now, February, March, April. She'll be 8 months in March. April, she'll be 9 months. Okay, so that means Scotty is 7 months right now. And best believe that 7 months of her life was miserable as fuck. Can't nobody tell me shit. And he knows it, and that's why he goes out of his way to do shit for Scotty. Okay, that's why he goes out of his way. Making a stupid ass song and all of this dumbass shit. Come on now, we see right through it. You might love her, but you damn sure a player and you damn sure trying to get Janisha jealous. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Anyway, this is the end of this video. If y'all know something that I don't know, leave it in the comment box and I'll see y'all up here next time.